Hello everyone and welcome to another video on the channel. Today's video is a video, I think I teased it in my weekly watches, I'm pretty sure I did. On Saturday, just gone, I went out shopping with Tim. We do it every few weeks, we meet up, went to Bath, went to CEX, got loads, and you'll be surprised, just mainly DVDs in CEX, which surprised me as well. Then we did HMV, I picked up 3 things in there. Then we got the train back to Keynsham, did all the charity shops, managed to get even more DVDs. So I'm not clickbaiting or anything, I don't do clickbait on my channel, but I can firmly say this is the biggest haul of any kind I've ever done. There are a few deliveries in here as well. I've got a few birthday gifts that I haven't shown off yet, which I'll show. I was going to hold off on doing this, mainly because I've ordered a few things that I'm waiting for still, but there's enough to make a video in its own, to be honest, that I've ordered that hasn't arrived yet, so I'll probably just wait and do that next week. So I don't know how long this is going to go on for. I'll try and keep it as short as I can, but I've got a feeling it's going to be a long one, I'll say. I don't know how long exactly, but it's going to be a long one, I think. So we'll get started. I'll start off with showing my birthday gifts. The first one, I did obviously get Better Man, which I've shown in my weekly watches. I showed on the live stream, so I'm not going to bother showing that again. The other one, which I did briefly show on the live stream but haven't actually shown in a video yet, is Wolfman, the Lee Winnell film from earlier in the year. Saw this one at the cinema with my mum. Thoroughly enjoyed it. If you like his take on the Invisible Man, it's a similar sort of thing. A lot of suspense, which worked for me. I really enjoyed the story, the family dynamic in it. I thought Julia Garner was excellent in this, as was Christopher Abbott, who wasn't not really too familiar with him, I wouldn't say. But yeah, really good, modern, different take on Wolfman. Thoroughly enjoyed it. If you like those sorts of films, if you enjoyed The Invisible Man, then I definitely recommend giving it a watch. So yeah, that's my first one, Wolfman. And this next one, my auntie got me off of my wish list. I saw this one at the London Film Festival last year. Thoroughly enjoyed it, so very happy to have it on Blu-ray now. And that is A Real Pain, starring Jesse Eisenberg, Kieran Culkin. Won quite a few Oscars as well. Kieran Culkin won Best Supporting Actor. I think Jesse Eisenberg won something for screenplay, I think. I know they won quite a few BAFTAs as well, but yeah, thoroughly enjoyed this. About 2 cousins that go on a trip to Poland on this sort of tour to kind of look at their heritage, because it's where their grandmother came from, and they want to do it to like honour her, like memory and her legacy. So yeah, really enjoyed this. Great film this is. Highly recommend it if you've not seen it again. A Real Pain. What shall I do next? Let me do the HMV stuff next. So I only got 3 in HMV. First up, I got The Last Showgirl, which is a new release last week. I think this one came out. Pamela Anderson's comeback, about the story of the last showgirls in Las Vegas before that show of its kind finished. I don't know when it was. I would say noughties, sometime like that, mid noughties, late 90s, something like that. Doesn't really put time on it. And yeah, you've got great cast in this as well. You've got Jamie Lee Curtis, Dave Bautista, Brenda Song, Billy Lord, Kiernan Shipka. Really good film. Pamela Anderson gives an excellent performance, and it's not too long, just under an hour and a half. Good drama, good story with some good acting, great characters to watch. Just really nice, pleasant film that kind of glad that I picked up, because it was, I suppose, a bit of a blind buy. Didn't know too much about it going into it, but I can definitely recommend it now. But I might go into it in a bit more detail in my weekly watches, because I have watched it now. Watched it yesterday, so yeah, that is The Last Showgirl. Next up, I got another new release. I know Nikki over at Skin Crawlers wasn't a big fan of this, but when it came out in the cinema, I was hearing a lot of good things about it. Saw the trailer, looked like my sort of thing, my like area of horror that I quite enjoy, so I thought I'd give it a go and give it a watch hopefully soon. That's Heart Eyes, which is the Valentine's Day slasher, which came out earlier in the year. I think it's about couples that are basically being murdered by this guy wearing a heart eyes mask on Valentine's Day in night. And yeah, it just looks like my sort of thing. I'm sure I'll get something out of this. Like these sorts of slasher, like Scream type things. So yeah, looking forward to watching that one. And then this one, which I'm glad we finally got a Blu-ray release of, because I remember watching this when it first came out. Gosh, 7-8 years ago now. 2017 I think it came out on Netflix. It was a Netflix film. So happy to have it on Blu-ray now. That's The Foreigner, starring Jackie Chan, Pierce Brosnan. Really good film this is. If you like your action, revenge, thriller type films with Jackie Chan, obviously you kind of guess what you're going to get. Then yeah, definitely recommend this. Basically in this, Jackie Chan plays a businessman who's seen his daughter off to college in London, and when he says goodbye to her, there's a massive terrorist like sort of explosion, and she dies in it. It's like a senseless act, so he is trying to get revenge, trying to find out who's responsible for it, and will do whatever he has to find out. And yeah, really good film this is, like I said. Good action in it, as you could expect from Jackie Chan. Love seeing him going head to head with Pierce Brosnan. Yeah, recommend this if you're good, like an action Jackie Chan fan, because it's a lot of fun, and it's only $12.99 in HMV, so not too bad for a new release. So that is The Foreigner. Then I will do my CEX Blurays, and a few gifts that Tim got me for my birthday. So I'll show those first, actually, because I think it's just those four. I think so. I might, could be missing something out. I think I'm missing one. Am I going to bother to get up and get it? I don't think I will, because it's all the way over there. So yeah, a few weeks ago now, Tim messaged me and said he was going to one of our local CEXs. Did I want him to pick me up anything? So I had a look on the app and managed to find these 4 titles. He picked them up for me. He said, don't worry, wait until you get paid to pay me. So a few weeks later came to my birthday, and Tim messaged me and said, don't worry about paying me, they're a birthday gift for you. So thank you so much, Tim. I really do appreciate it, because 4 films I've not seen, really want to watch. So yep, I'll show them now. So first up is a classic, Martin Scorsese's Mean Streets. Yeah, never seen it. Obviously, I think his breakthrough film, probably Robert De Niro's breakthrough film as well. Harvey Keitel. Yeah, the first, I don't know if it's a gangster film as such. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to checking this out, because I'm a big fan of Scorsese, and especially when he works with De Niro. So yeah, I'm sure I'm going to love that one. Then this one, I actually had the book of this, but it's one that I don't think I'm ever going to read, but I'd quite like to watch the film. Love a good Western, especially these newer Westerns. So, got The Homesman, Tommy Lee Jones, Hilary Swank. I believe Tommy Lee Jones directed this one as well. Yep. Also stars my favourite actress, Meryl Streep. You got John Lithgow in this as well. Meryl Streep's daughter, is it Mamie Gummer? It doesn't actually say, but I'm sure it's Mamie Gummer. Yeah, really good cast in this one. Yeah, I think it's about a woman who has basically been told to transport 3 women who have been declared insane by a local preacher across the country to a minister's wife so she can help them. Along the way, she comes across Tommy Lee Jones' character, who's a bit of a criminal, and he basically helps her in exchange for her saving his life. That's all I really know, I'm just going off of the back. So yeah, looks like I'm going to thoroughly enjoy this. Got great cast, looks like a good story. So yeah, The Homesman. Next up we have a Soderbergh film, one that I think Sam's not got around to getting this yet, but if you've been watching mine and Sam's videos over the last month or so, both of us have been praising Soderbergh. We've been on a bit of a kick of his. He's a brilliant director. There's still so many films of his I've not seen that I'd love to see. These are 2 of them, I suppose. and is it Che, about Che Guevara, who was a I think, was he a general, a dictator? I'm not too sure, but it's split into 2 parts, his story. So you got part 1 and part 2. I think they came out about the same time, so they put them together. But yeah, Benicio del Toro playing the title character. I am sure the second one has Matt Damon in it. Maybe he's not credited, but I'm sure he's in it. Just looking at the cast, seeing if I recognise any of the names. Franco Potente actually starred with Matt Damon, obviously, in was she in Born Identity? That was her, wasn't it? Yeah. Damien Bichir, decent actor. Just looking, I don't know if I can see any of the names that. Rodrigo Santoro, know him. Yul Vasquez, yeah, know him. Yeah, and I'm sure I've read that Matt Damon's in this at some point, so yeah, looking forward to checking that one out. Then we have what's supposed to be one of the best British films of sort of like the last 20-25 years. Sam praises this. I think he rewatched it recently. I'm going to try and get onto this very soon. It is Shane Meadows' This Is England. I wouldn't use the word loved, really appreciated Dead Man's Shoes, and I think he followed it up with this one, and this one's supposed to be just as good, if not better than that. Set in the early 80s, about a young boy who is a bit lost, I think, and gets taken in by the wrong crowd. That's what I gather. Stephen Graham, can't go wrong there. I want to say, is Vicky McClure in this one? Doesn't say anyone else. I'm sure I saw that Vicky McClure is in this one, and I really like her as well as an actress. That guy as well. Can't think of his name, but he's in that series. Is it Brassic? Which I haven't watched, so I don't really know who he is. But yeah, recognise him from that. Oh, is it Joe Gilgun? Is that his name? I think. Yeah. Yeah. So looking forward to giving this one a watch soon as well. And then 2 of the 3 Blu-rays, obviously I said the other Blu-rays over there, I'll show that at another point, that I picked up. This one, the previous time we'd gone in there, I actually had this in my hand, put it back, because at the time I didn't have enough money really, but I thought this time not going without it, because it looks right up my street for £3. It's a film called The Art of Getting By, one I'm sure would be right up Sam and Ash's street. Looks like a coming of age sort of comedy drama, stars Freddie Highmore and Emma Roberts. Who else is in this? Rita Wilson, obviously Tom Hanks' wife. Sam Robard, I think is he Jason Robard's son, I think. Yeah, I don't know too much about this, but the cover got me. It looks good. I've read the back. Yeah, it says funny, perceptive and thoroughly entertaining coming of age comedy. So that's all I need to know. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to giving that one a watch very soon. And this one, Tim saw on the shelf, and I was eyeing this one up in the BFI sale, because I believe it is part of it still. But this is even cheaper than it would be if you were to get it in the sale. It was only £4, and it's fairly new, I think. Got a great British actor that I really like, and it's called Hidden City. As you can see, it stars Charles Dance. You've got Cassie Stewart, Richard E. Grant, Bill Patterson, so you have really good cast. Don't know anything about it, but if it's on the BFI label, I'm probably just going to pick them up now, because they all look like pretty good films, really. I mean, I've got a few in the sale, didn't I, last month, so, but yep, Hidden City. Then I will go through my deliveries that I've got. First one, I actually did a watch along of this with Sam last night. Thoroughly enjoyed it, but I won't really go into my thoughts because I'll save that for weekly watches. But it is 12 Angry Men, classic film from the 50s, essential viewing, I think. Directed by Sidney Lumet. Henry Fonda, Lee J. Cobb, who's I think the best part of this film. If you ask me, I think Sam would agree with that. Ed Begley, Jack Warden, who I quite like. Weird seeing him young, because I'm quite used to seeing him in films as an old man. Yeah, just a really great film that's kind of essential viewing for a film lover, I would say. I don't know why it's taken me so long to get around to watching it, but I'm glad that I finally have it in the collection. Then another BFI title here, one that I saw in Roy's collection. He sent a photo because he's rearranging his collection. He's moving into another room, his son's old room, and he showed us a shelf with all of his BFI titles on. And this one piqued my interest, not only because of the director, just because I think I've heard people, maybe Sam, maybe Stuart, talking how good this film was before. It's a film called Naked, directed by Mike Leigh. It's got David Thewlis in, Leslie Sharp, Claire Skinner, so good British cast. I don't know too much about it at all, but as I've said, BFI label stuff, if it's cheap, I'm definitely gonna pick it up. Yeah, and I think it was about $7.50, I think. Next up, one that's literally just come through in the post today. I was watching a film the other night and this trailer came on, and it was an instant buy for me. Just looks right up my street. It is called Parkland. It's the JFK assassination story. What happens next? So it's, from what I gather from the trailer, it's a bit different than JFK, the film with Kevin Costner. It's about the people that you don't really know. You don't really see their side of the story, what they see and took out of it. Great cast. So you got James Badge-Dale, Zac Efron, Marcia Gay Harden, Ron Livingston, Billy Bob Thornton, Jackie Weaver, and Paul Giamatti. Produced by Tom Hanks as well. And yeah, it just looked like a good film. I think Zac Efron plays the doctor that operates on JFK when he gets sent in to Parkland Hospital, hence the title. You've got Billy Bob Thornton, who plays a Secret Service agent. I think Paul Giamatti is like the head of a local company that is at the parade that's been actually gets footage of the assassination. So yeah, lots of different stuff, lots of different characters going on, and I love those sorts of films, so I am sure that I will really enjoy that one when I get around to watching it. Then some recommendations here. First one from Roy, and I was shocked because I actually picked this up and got it before I think Roy even got it, but he'd recommended it. He said, oh, it's going cheap on Amazon. I thought, oh, I'll get it then. Turns out he'd only just bought it himself, I think. And it is another Henry Fonda film in The Grapes of Wrath, which is a John Ford film. So yeah, looking forward to checking this one out. Now I'm talking about this. Have I shown this before? Got something in my head that I've shown this off before. Maybe. I don't know. Can't bloody remember. But yeah, Grapes of Wrath. And then two Stuart recommendations here. First one up we have is Somewhere in Time. Christopher Reeve, Jane Seymour, some sort of time travel love film. That's enough for me. Yeah, that one sold me there. So Somewhere in Time. And another one which I'd actually never heard of. It says Major Charles Raine Has Come to War. It's a film by Paul Schrader called Rolling Thunder. Stars William Devane and Tommy Lee Jones. So yeah, it's written by Paul Schrader. He didn't direct it. John Flynn directed this one. Revenge thriller, I believe, from what Stuart was telling us. So yeah, again, it was cheap. Thought I'd pick that one up and give it a go. So those are all the Blu-rays. Now we're on to the DVDs. They're mixed. Because there's so many. This is going to be the large part of the video. Because there are so many, the CEX and the charity shop ones are just mixed in. So we're just going to go for it. I'm just going to pick them up and show you them. First, I've got a few sealed ones, actually. Got this one for 99p in St. Peter's Hospice, I believe. Never heard of it, but the lead actor sold me. It's called Burn, and it stars, as you can see, Marlon Brando. Caribbean island in the mid-1800s. Nature has made it paradise. Man has made it a hell. Slaves on a vast Portuguese sugar plantations are ready to turn their misery into rebellion, and the British are ready to provide the spark. They send Agent William Walker on a devious 3-part mission trick the slaves into revolt, grab the sugar trade for England, then return the slaves to servitude. Sounds good. Ennio Morricone did the music as well. Yeah, have you heard of this one? Any good? Another classic here that I'd never heard of, but it's got it sealed, so I thought why not for, again, I think this was about 99p. It's called McKennas Gold. Gregory Peck, Omar Sharif, Telly Savalas, Lee J. Cobb again, Burgess Meredith, Anthony Quayle, Edward G. Robinson, Eli Wallach, music by Quincy Jones. How have I never heard of this? Supposedly one of the most exciting westerns ever made. Anyone heard of that one? McKenna's Gold? Let me know. The one I had heard of and been trying to get for a while. I wanted to get the Blu-ray, but I think you can only get it in Australia and it's expensive. So when I saw the DVD for, I think it was in a 2 for £1, I thought, why the hell not? It's called The Way, starring Martin Sheen, directed and written and produced by Emilio Estevez. And from what I gather, Martin Sheen plays a doctor who comes to France to collect the remains of his son who's died whilst hiking in the Pyrenees, his son being played by his actual son and director of the film, Emilio Estevez. And he decides that he's going to walk the trail himself to see, kind of, get a bit closer to his son and, you know, make him understand him a bit more. And whilst he's on his journey, he's joined by other people, including James Nesbitt of all people. So yeah, looks like one that I'll enjoy there. Next one, I know you can get a Blu-ray for this, but again, it's cheap as chips, 50p I think this one was. And I just thought, why not? It's going to be a throwaway film, isn't it really? But for 50p, I'll give it a go, still sealed. It's called Braven, Jason Momoa, Stephen Lang, who's great, Garrett Dillahunt. Yeah, some sort of action film. Jason Momoa with a bow and arrow. It could be alright, who knows. If you've seen that one, let me know. Then, next up, a Mike Myers film that I've not seen. There may be a Blu-ray for this, but if there is, it's going to be very out of print. And again, this was in like a 2 for £1 or something like that, so I thought I'd pick it up to give it a go. It's So I Married an Axe Murderer. I enjoy Mike Myers. I really like the Austin Powers films. I've not actually seen Wayne's World yet, so I need to get on them. Obviously Shrek, grew up with the Shrek films. Most of his stuff outside of that was absolute crap. The Cat in the Hat, awful. The Love Guru, I won't even go near. So, yeah, it's a shame, but maybe we'll get another Austin Powers at some point in the future, who knows. So I Married an Axe Murderer, could be a good one. Let me know your thoughts down below. Then there's a few CEX ones here. First up, for £1, a lot of these were just £1, so I thought why not. Good cast, so I thought why not. Case is a bit grubby, disc was a bit grubby, but for £1 I'm not going to complain. It's called The Big White. As you can see, Robin Williams, Holly Hunter, Giovanni Ribisi, Woody Harrelson, Tim Blake Nelson. Yeah, I think it's a black comedy of sorts. Yeah, not too sure. Let me know on that one as well. Never heard of this one, but it's got a decent cast and it sounds pretty good. It's called Behind the Mask. I think it's based on a true story. Yeah, based on a true story. Matthew Fox, Donald Sutherland, Mary McDonnell. About a doctor that gets saved by a disturbed young man, and then he makes it his mission to help this young man. Yeah, sounds like a decent film. When's it from? 99 this one came out. So yeah, I don't know if anyone's seen that. Let me know if you have down below. Next up we have 28 Days, Sandra Bullock. Big fan of Sandra Bullock, one that I've just not seen yet, so yeah, thought why not. Then we have A Perfect Murder, Michael Douglas. You got Gwyneth Paltrow, Viggo Mortensen, based on Dial M for Murder, obviously Hitchcock film. yeah, good cast. Love these sorts of erotic type thrillers. Fatal Attraction, Your Basic Instinct. So yeah, another one with Michael Douglas as well, funnily enough. A Perfect Murder. Then we have one called 13 Days. Kevin Costner. Looks like Bruce Greenwood's in this one. Yep. Roger Donaldson directed it. About the Cuba Missile Crisis in 1962 and the events that preceded it. Could be a good one. Do like Kevin Costner. Then we have one called Extreme Measures. Yeah, looks good cast. I've heard of it before. Believe this is Michael Apted, who did Amazing Grace, which I talked about in my weekly watches, amongst many other films. But yeah, Hugh Grant, Gene Hackman, I think it's doctors about a doctor that goes a bit too far from what I gather. But yeah, in a nice snapper case. So yeah, if you've seen that one, let me know down below. This one I've actually seen before, shocker, out of all of these. But I need to rewatch it because it's been years since I watched it. I saw this one at school in French. Shockingly, it is a French film, obviously. I didn't realise actually until years later that it had been remade. Until I'd watched the remake, it didn't click. But this film is called The Chorus, and it was remade into Boy Choir with Dustin Hoffman. Brilliant film as well. I've got to say, not as good as this from what I remember though. This has just got so much heart in it. Such a good film. If you don't know what it's about, Roy, you'll like this one if you've not seen it, I think. It's set just after the war. It's about an unemployed music teacher that manages to find a job as a proctor in a correctional boarding school for young boys. When he gets there, he's absolutely shocked by the harsh reality of how the school works, its routine, and how extreme the headmaster, director goes with these children. And he wants to try and really make a difference with these children and really helps them. So he introduces them to the magic and power of music. And it's an absolutely beautiful film. Yeah, I can't recommend this enough. Yeah, just a really great film, this one. The Chorus, or Le Choriste, as it's called in French. Next up, we have a Western with John Wayne, and it's supposed to be a classic. Never seen it though. It's called McClintock. John Wayne, Maureen O'Hara, Yvonne De Carlo. Don't know, it's supposed to be, it says, the renowned spanking scene of first on screen. So yeah, I think it's a big film in cinema history, so interested in that one. We have another one that looks up my street. It's called Certain Woman. Laura Dern, Kristen Stewart, Michelle Williams, Lily Gladstone, about a group of women. Jared Harris in this one as well. Yeah, not too sure exactly what it's about. Looks like some sort of character-based film. Yeah, I'll give it a go for $1.50. Then this one I saw in the charity shop. Willem Dafoe, Frances O'Connor, Sam Neill for £1. It's on Artificial Eye label, so I thought, yeah, got to get it for that. It's called The Hunter. Looks like some sort of drama, thriller sort of thing. Willem Dafoe's generally a pretty good actor, so yeah, thought I'd give that one a go. Then this one was sealed, but I had to unseal it because the disc was loose. It's fine now. This was actually in the quiz a few weeks ago. It was one of Tim's questions, and he mentioned it, brought it up and said, oh, that was one of my questions. I said, do you think I'd like it? He said, yeah, I think you get on with it quite well. So I thought, it looked good, sounds like my sort of thing. So I thought, why not for £1? It's called Paper House. It's a British film directed by Bernard Rose, who did Candyman, which was the question. Some sort of fantasy, psychological thriller, I think. Yeah, Ben Cross, Glenn Headley. two actors that are sadly no longer with us. Hans Zimmer does the music for this, so yeah, it could be a good one, Matt. Paper House. Now, this is another one that Tim gave me. I think he'd either upgraded it or just didn't really want to watch it. So I said, yep, I'll give that one a go, like the lead actor. It's Black Death, starring Sean Bean the Bastard. I have to say that because he says that in basically every... I wonder if he says it in this. Gets me every time he says that. It's just great. Directed by Christopher Smith, who did Creep and Severance. I actually was on the lookout for Severance because it did say they had one in stock in CEX for £1, but I couldn't find it anywhere, so maybe next time. But yeah, I love these sorts of medieval horror fantasy type films. I really enjoyed Season of the Witch, so if it's anything like that, I'm sure I'll enjoy that one. And another one Tim passed over to me, I think he upgraded this one to the Blu-ray. Jacob's Ladder, supposed to be a classic, directed by Adrian Lin. Tim Robbins in this one. Yeah, I think it's a psychological horror, so see how I get on with that one. Jacob's Ladder. Then we have, what's this one? Welcome to Collingwood. George Clooney, one of my favourite actors, and I thought I kind of wasn't too sure if I had this one, but I luckily looked when I get him and I hadn't. So yeah, glad to have this one. Excuse me. You got William H. Macy, Patricia Clarkson, Louise Guzman, Isaiah Washington, Sam Rockwell, Michael Jeter. Great cast in this one. Jennifer Esposito, Gabrielle Union. Yeah. And surprisingly written and directed by the Russo brothers. I think this was their first film actually. So be interesting to see what this one is like. That is Welcome to Collingwood. Next up, 50 Pig as well. I heard of this one. Think it is more of a Christmas film, but looks like it could be a good comedy. It's called The Ref, starring Dennis Leary. You got Kevin Spacey and Judy Davis as well. Yeah, some sort of, I think it's a hostage sort of comedy caper set on Christmas Eve. So yeah, it could be one to give a go at Christmas maybe. The Ref. Then we have one that's got a good cast, bizarre cast put together, but could be good. It's called The Good Night, starring Gwyneth Paltrow, Martin Freeman, Simon Pegg, Penelope Cruz, and Danny DeVito. Romantic comedy, I think. So yeah, could be alright. And we've also got A Lot Like Love, Ashton Kutcher, Amanda Peet, Catherine Hahn, Carl Penn, Ali Larter. Decent cast of the time. I'm sure it's going to be your typical early noughties romantic comedy that you get a lot, but I'm a sucker for those sorts of films, so yeah, that one could be good. Where will we go next? We'll go here. A new release actually for $2.99 on DVD. I know you can get Blu-ray and a 4K, but I missed it last year and it was one that I was quite keen to watch. It's called Boy Kills World. Bill Skarsgård, Jessica Roth, Michelle Dockery, Brett Gelman, Famke Jensen, Sharlto Copley. Yeah, good cast. So action bonkers film I think this is, so could be good. Then we have Waitress, another one that I think is a romantic comedy, so right up my street, but not too familiar with what it's all about. So yeah, Waitress. Then we have The Big Red One, a war film directed by Samuel Fuller. From, I think this was, Roy might like this one actually, I will say, you might have seen it already. It was one of those films that was kind of lost, and they managed to restore it. As you can see, it's called The Reconstruction, in about 2003, and make it even better. You got Lee Marvin in this one, I think, Mark Hamill, Robert Carradine. Good cast. So yeah, war film, an epic war film, 3 hours long I think this is. Roy, have you seen this one? Is it any good? Let me know down below. 150. Right, I'm just going to take a quick break because I've been talking non-stop for nearly 40 minutes, and I'll be back with you in a second. Right, I'm back. I'll try and fly through these, although there's still quite a bit to go through, so try and get through them as soon as possible. Apologies for the dog barking in the background. Next up, we have what looks like a cop thriller called Edison. Got a good cast: Morgan Freeman, LL Cool J, Justin Timberlake, and Kevin Spacey. Yeah, don't know too much about that one, but I thought with that cast, I'll give it a go. Next up, we have National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1, a spoof comedy, obviously spoofing buddy cop films, specifically Lethal Weapon. Samuel L. Jackson, Emilio Estevez, John Lovitz, Tim Curry, William Shatner. Great cast. So yeah, this one could be a lot of fun. Next up, we have The Boys from Brazil, another Gregory Peck one. Laurence Olivier in this one as well. James Mason. Written by who wrote it? No, I'm looking at. Franklin J. Schaffner. Music by Jerry Goldsmith. Yeah, but I think it's something to do with Nazis and they're trying to clone Hitler. Something like that. Could be quite good, that one. Next up, we'll move over to this pile now. A classic, won Best Picture in 1966. Could be quite good. It's called A Man for All Seasons. $2.99 this one. Paul Schofield. You've got Wendy Hiller, Liam McKern, Robert Shaw, Orson Welles, Susanna York, Vanessa Redgrave. Directed by Fred Zinnemann. That King Henry VIII's marriage to Anne Boleyn and Sir Thomas More. Yeah, could be a good one. I do like my historical films, so that one could be quite good. Do apologise. I'll be with you in a second. I'm trying to stop the dog from barking, so apologies for that. Next up, one I'd never heard of, but sounds like it could be quite a good watch. And it is called Limbo. David Strathairn, who's a great character actor, Roy will agree. Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio, I think I got that right. Chris Christopherson. Written and directed and edited by John Sayles. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to get him to stop. Joys of Having Pets. Yeah, but didn't know too much about it. Just added it to my list whilst it was there, £2. Still don't know too much about it, but even got the booklet still in here with the chapter listings and all that. So yeah, if you've seen this one, let me know what it's like, because it is definitely a blind buy, that one. Next up, another American romantic comedy, one for Sam as well, I expect. It's called The Ex. You've got Zach Braff, Jason Bateman, Amanda Peet, the excellent Charles Grodin in this. Who else is in this? Amy Adams, Amy Poehler, Mia Farrow. Really good cast, this, for a romantic comedy. Yeah, it just looks good. That's why I picked it up for £1. It just looks like I'm going to have a lot of fun with that. Sam, Ash, put that one on your list as well if you've not seen it. Next up, we have The Four Feathers. Heath Ledger, Wes Bentley, Kate Hudson. It's not Australian, I think it's a British war type thing. Good cast. What can I say? That's why I got that one. Next up, we have Muzar and the Whale. Josh Hartnett, Radha Mitchell. I've heard that Josh Hartnett said this is one of his favourite films that he made. It's definitely what you would call an indie. And I think I might quite enjoy this. It's basically about a young man who is a math savant who has Asperger's, which, if you don't know, I also have, which is what drew me to the film, to be honest, when I was looking at it. And he meets another young woman on the spectrum as they attend their autistic support group at the community centre, and they end up falling in love, I think. So yeah, I think I like that one. Who else is in it? Gary Cole. Oh, I really like Gary Cole. Great character actor. John Carroll Lynch, another great character actor as well. Yeah, I think that one will be quite a good one. Then we have one called Duets. Got a good cast. I think it's like a road trip comedy music type thing. You've got Maria Bello, Gwyneth Paltrow, Andre Braugher, Paul Giamatti, Huey Lewis, Scott Speedman. Yeah, decent cast again in this one. Like I said, don't know too much about it, but looks like I could quite enjoy that one. Next up, we have one called Like Crazy, another romantic comedy drama, I think, British one. Felicity Jones, Anton Yelchin, Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah, looks like it could be quite a nice, heartfelt, romantic film. If you've seen that one, let me know for £1 again. Like Crazy. Classic next. I think I got this in the charity shop. 50p, yeah, Air Ambulance. Michael Caine is Alfie. I'm going to do a Sam now. What's it all about, Alfie? There you go, that's all you're going to get. Sorry, Sam, stealing your thunder. But yeah, I love Michael Caine, one of my favourite actors, and surprisingly, never seen this one, even though I have seen the remake, so need to correct that. So very glad that managed to pick this one up. So Alfie. Next up is one called The Tall Guy. Great cast, this one. Jeff Goldblum, Emma Thompson, and the great Rowan Atkinson. A romantic comedy of some sorts. The cast is what sold me on this one. £2.50. I was sold. Directed by Mel Smith, British comedian. Written by Richard Curtis. I mean, what more could you really ask for in a film like this? 1989, precursor to Mr. Bean. Yeah, The Tall Guy. Next up, we have one. Roy, maybe you'll know this one. Kirk Douglas, Lauren Bacall, Doris Day in a film called Young Man with a Horn. Also stars Hoagie Carmichael as well. I don't know too much about this. The cast intrigued me, the title intrigued me, to be honest. I saw Warner Brothers and the title and thought, oh, I'll pick that up for 99p. Is it any good? If you've seen it, let me know down below. Then we have one called Oh What a Lovely War, which funnily enough we saw a few weeks before in the same charity shop, and Tim picked it up. It's a war film, I think, based on a play, stage musical, should I say, directed by Richard Attenborough. So yeah, that one could be a good war film. Another one that Tim handed over to me that I've heard is a fantastic film, so looking forward to diving into this. It's called The Night of the Hunter, Robert Mitchum, Shelley Winters. Yeah, it's supposed to be a great noir film from the 50s, so yeah, looking forward to checking that one out. Then we have one called Saving Grace, Brenda Blethyn, Craig Ferguson, Martin Clunes, Checky Cario, and this one's actually a precursor to the hit British series Doc Martin. Bit of trivia for you there. So in this, as I said, Martin Clunes is in this, and he does play a doctor in this, but not the same kind of doctor as he played in Doc Martin. Obviously, this is also set in Cornwall in a small village, and the character, I think he's a different name, and the character's slightly different. But from this, they wrote the pilot for Doc Martin. The character was more like he was in this. They rewrote it to what he was in the eventual series. So yeah, a little bit of trivia there for you. This was, I suppose, is a prequel to Doc Martin in some way. But love Brenda Blethyn, so yeah, really happy to have that. Next up, another sealed one. Roy, have you seen this? It's Errol Flynn, so it's your era. You love these sorts of films from this time, don't you? So you might have seen this. Yeah, I don't know, 40s this came out, 41. It's called Objective Burma, war film of some sort. Again, sealed, and it was Warner Brothers for 99p. I thought, why not? Next up, we have Freddy Got Fingered, Tom Green. Don't really know too much about Tom Green, but I've heard this is a pretty funny American comedy. Rip Torn in this one as well, Julie Haggerty. directed by Tom Green as well. Yeah, might enjoy that one. Then we have Millions, a Danny Boyle film. James Nesbitt, about a bag of money that falls from the sky, I think. And these young boys pick it up, take it for themselves, and use it for good, I think. So yeah, that one could be quite a nice, heartwarming watch. Then we have one called Interiors, which I believe is a Woody Allen film. The cover looked good, cast is good. Kristen Griffith, Mary Beth Hurt, Richard Jordan, Diane Keaton, E.G. Marshall, Geraldine Page, Maureen Stapleton and Sam Waterston, and as I said, written and directed by Woody Allen, so that one might be alright. Then we have one that I've been wanting to watch for a long time. It's called The Accidental Tourist. William Hurt, Kathleen Turner, Gina Davis. I think this is like a heartwarming comedy drama, directed by Lawrence Kasdan. Music by John Williams. Yeah, I think this is going to be quite a nice watch. The Accidental Tourist. Then next up we have Divorce American Style, Dick Van Dyke, Debbie Reynolds, Jason Robards, Lee Grant, Gene Simmons, Van Johnson. Great cast. I think this is 60s film yet. Love the actors in this. Don't see a lot of stuff with Dick Van Dyke in. So for £5 I thought, yeah, I'll give that a go and give it a watch. Then we have Miss Potter, based on the life of Beatrix Potter, who was a children's author, and how she made her books and also fell in love at the same time with Ewan McGregor's character. Love these sorts of British true story films, feel-good films, so yeah, looking forward to that one. Another old one here. Roy, have you seen this? I'm sure you have. A lot of old ones here, haven't we? Mrs. Miniver, Greer Garson, Walter Pigeon, Teresa Wright, Dame May Whitty, Reginald Owen, Henry Travers. Yeah, I don't know a lot of these. Directed by William Wyler, though I do know that name. One Best Picture. Is it any good? Let me know. Then we have Ghostworld, Terry Zwigoff film. Scarlett Johansson. What's her name? Is it Thora Birch? Yeah, Thora Birch. Brad Renfro. Steve Buscemi. Coming of age. Comedy of sorts. Yeah, looks like my type of film. Then we have one that I'd never heard of, but looks like a good indie film. Got an alright cast, just the cover grabbed me. It's called Me and You and Everyone We Know. Stars John Hawkes, Miranda July, who also directed this. Did she write it as well? Wrote and directed this. Yep, some sort of indie. It says this year's Lost in Translation. So, could be good, that one. This one I didn't know anything about. I just picked it up because of the cast, because of the lead actress mainly. But the more I read into it, I was actually shocked what it's actually based on. It's called Agnes Brown. It stars Angelica Houston and is also directed by Angelica Houston as the title character Agnes Brown. You've got Marion O'Dwyer, Ray Winston, Tom Jones as well in this one. And also, small role, you've also got everybody's favourite Irish actor, only joking, what's his name? Why am I forgetting his name? Is it Brendan Carroll? Plays Mrs. Brown, of which this is actually based off of. He wrote the book. Oh, it does say Brendan O'Carroll. Yep, says on the back. This is based off of his book, The Mammy, which was obviously then later adapted into the series that everybody loves to hate, Mrs. Brown's Boys. But this is more of a drama, I think. I watched the trailer. I think this is more of a serious drama. Actually looks quite heartwarming and quite good. As I said, love Angelica Houston. Intrigued to see what part Tom Jones plays in this. So you're glad to have this. Agnes Brown. Next up, a few I've actually seen. So I'll show these in one go. Moonlight and Valentino. Seen this one before on Prime, I think. Got a good cast. Elizabeth Perkins, Gwyneth Paltrow, John Bon Jovi, Kathleen Turner, and Whoopi Goldberg. Yeah, another girly drama, romantic drama. Yeah, it was alright from what I remember. This one I saw a while ago now, The Last Bus. Good film, in the same vein as The Unlikely Pilgrimage of Harold Fry. This one follows Timothy Spall's character, who goes on a bus journey from John O'Groats to Land's End just using his bus pass. Yeah, and this one was a good film from memory, so looking forward to watching that one again. Then we have Say When, or Laggies as it's called in America, another great coming of age comedy that I highly recommend. Sam, Ash, get this one. I rented this or bought it on Apple, so I'm glad to have it now physically. $150, really good film. Keira Knightley, Sam Rockwell, Chloe Grace Moretz. Yeah, really recommend this. Jeff Garlin, Caitlin Dever. If you've not seen this, give that one a go. Then we have one that's still sealed that I saw a while ago and really enjoyed. It's called The Wave. I don't know what part of the world this is from. I want to say Norway or somewhere like that. It's a disaster film about tsunami and a father trying to save his family. It was awesome from what I remember, so a lot of heart in it as well. So look forward to watching that one again. Then we have All Is True, based on the later life of William Shakespeare. Produced and directed by Kenneth Branagh, starring Kenneth Branagh as Shakespeare, Judi Dench as his wife, Ian McKellen, 3 terrific actors. So yeah, definitely had to get that one for £2. Then we have one called The Banger Sisters, Goldie Hawn, Susan Sarandon, 2 terrific actresses, Geoffrey Rush as well in this one. Comedy from the early noughties, 50p, no brainer. Then we have The Pacifier, one I remember watching when I was younger. Vin Diesel, family comedy, thought I'd give it a go. Then we have one called The Maid, Martin Sheen, Jacqueline Bisset, another romantic type film I think, where he plays a big investment banker that goes over to Paris to start a new job, falls in love with a woman and then becomes her maid. Funny, it looks like. Actually, I have seen this one but need to rewatch it. It's called Renegades. A few years ago this one came out. J.K. Simmons, Sullivan Stapleton, Ewan Bremmer's in this one. Yeah, decent little action film I think that one was from memory. Another old one here. It's called One of Our Aircraft is Missing. This is a Powell and Pressburger film, the first of theirs I have in the collection. So I've heard they're terrific directors, so I am looking forward to checking that one out. 3 left. I'm going to speed through these so we can get it below an hour. The Great Debaters, Denzel Washington, True Story, Say No More. Then we have one called Cheap Thrills, which looks like a fun American comedy from about 2013, I think. Looks quite mad, this one. Again, Sam, put that one on your radar. And one that I watched the trailer for, and this looks absolutely brilliant. It's called The Cup. It stars Brendan Gleeson. All about horse racing. True story. Just looks really heartwarming. So looking forward to giving that one a go. And that's it. I got it under an hour. Wow, I didn't think I'd get it under an hour. Crammed it all into that 1 hour. All those titles went quick. So I'll keep it short there. This will go up tomorrow. I'll try and get this up Tuesday, I think. So let me know if you've got any of those down below. Thoughts on any of the ones I haven't seen. Do you think I'll enjoy them? What are your thoughts on them? Anything, let me know in the comments down below. If you like the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Turn your notification bell on so you know when I have a new video uploaded to the channel. Comment down below anything and everything. As you know, I always take the time to get back to anyone that leaves me a comment because I really do appreciate it. And that's it. So until next time, everyone, take care. Goodbye.